There was once a small village surrounded by green fields, peaceful roads, and endless farmland. And in that village lived a young man named Raghu. Raghu had one quality that made him different from everyone else, and one habit that quietly held him back. Whenever a new idea entered his mind, he didn't just think about it. He immediately started imagining what would happen after he succeeded. He would picture people admiring him. He would imagine everyone saying, "Wow, Raghu really did it. Look how successful he's become." And just imagining that future made him feel good. Really good. But Raghu had another habit. He couldn't keep his dreams to himself. The moment he had an idea, he would tell everyone, "I'm gonna do this! Just wait and see. One day, I'm going to become a very successful man." And honestly, if you think about it, a lot of us are exactly like Raghu. We get excited about a new idea. We imagine the success. We imagine the attention. And before we've done any real work, we've already told the whole world about it. One day, Raghu was walking along a narrow path outside the village when something caught his attention. It was a beautiful flower garden. Rows of colorful flowers stretched across the land. The air was filled with their fragrance, and the entire place looked alive. Raghu stopped and stared, and suddenly, an idea lit up in his mind. I have land too. Why don't I build a flower garden of my own? The moment he had that thought, his heart started racing. That night, Raghu barely slept. He kept imagining his future. Beautiful flowers covering his land. People coming from nearby villages to see his garden. Everyone knowing his name. Everyone respecting him. By morning, Raghu was already telling people about his new dream. He went from person to person saying, "I'm starting my own flower garden! Just wait! In 1 year, everyone around here will know my name." People congratulated him. Some patted him on the back. Others simply smiled and wished him good luck. For the next few days, Raghu was full of excitement. He learned a little about flowers. He researched which seeds to buy. He asked what kind of soil he needed. But then came the part that actually mattered. The hard part. Digging the ground. Planting the seeds. Carrying water every day. Pulling out weeds. Doing the same work again and again, even when nobody was watching. And suddenly, the excitement wasn't so exciting anymore. The work felt difficult. The results weren't immediate. And slowly, Raghu's motivation disappeared. Days passed, then weeks. Eventually, he abandoned the dream completely. But the villagers hadn't forgotten. Whenever Raghu walked through the village, someone would tease him. "Hey Raghu, what happened to your flower garden? Did it grow? Or was it only growing in your imagination?" Every joke hurt. Every comment reminded him of the dream he had announced so confidently and failed to pursue. One evening, Raghu sat alone beneath an old banyan tree. He was tired, disappointed, and ashamed. Just then, an elderly man from the village named Baba Haridas walked by. He noticed Raghu sitting there with his head down. Without saying anything, he sat beside him. After a moment, he gently asked, "What's wrong, son? Why do you look so troubled?" Raghu couldn't hold it in anymore. He told Baba Haridas everything. "Whenever I get a new dream, I become so excited that I tell everyone about it. I imagine how successful I'll become, but when it's finally time to do the actual work, I lose my courage." Baba Haridas listened quietly. Then he smiled. "All right," he said. "Come see me tomorrow morning." The next morning, Raghu went to Baba Haridas's house. There, the old man was holding 2 mango seeds. He handed one seed to Raghu. "Plant this in the soil right here in my yard." Raghu dug a small hole and placed the seed into the earth. He covered it with soil. No announcement, no audience, no applause. Just a tiny seed buried quietly beneath the ground. Then Baba Haridas picked up the second seed. He and Raghu walked toward the village marketplace. And along the way, whenever they met someone, Baba Haridas would stop. He would proudly hold up the seed and say, "Look at this seed. One day, this little seed will become a huge mango tree." Raghu watched in confusion. The old man told children. He told farmers. He told elderly villagers. He told anyone who would listen. This seed is going to become a great tree. By the time they returned home, everyone knew about that seed. Baba Haridas then placed it on a stone in his yard, out in the open, under the sky, and there it stayed. A few days passed. Then one morning, Baba Haridas called Raghu over again. "Come with me." Raghu followed him, and what he saw left him speechless. The seed Raghu had planted in the soil had already begun to grow. A tiny green shoot had pushed its way through the earth. It was small, but it was alive. It was growing. Then Raghu looked beside it. The other seed was still sitting on the stone, except now it was cracked and broken. Birds had pecked at it until there was almost nothing left. Baba Haridas looked at Raghu and said, "Do you see the difference? The seed we showed everyone, the seed we talked about, the seed we proudly announced would become a great tree. It never even made it into the soil." He pointed toward the little green plant. "But this one, nobody saw it. Nobody talked about it. While everyone else was busy talking, this seed was quietly doing the work. It was buried in darkness. It had no audience, no applause, no one cheering it on, but it kept growing." Baba Haridas placed his hand on Raghu's shoulder. "One day, this tiny plant will become a massive tree. And when that happens, it won't need to tell anyone what it has become. Everyone will be able to see it." Then he looked directly into Raghu's eyes. "You need to learn the same lesson, son. Don't turn your dreams into announcements. Let them grow quietly." And that lesson isn't just for Raghu, it's for all of us. Think about how often it happens. We get a new dream, a new business idea, a new goal, a new plan for our future. And before we've done anything, we tell everyone, "I'm going to become successful. I'm going to start a business. I'm going to change my life." And the moment we say it out loud, something strange happens. We feel good. We feel proud. We get a little taste of the satisfaction we were supposed to earn through hard work. And sometimes, that feeling is enough to make us stop. Because our brain gets a small reward for imagining success, even though we haven't achieved anything yet. That's why sometimes the less you talk about your goals, the more powerfully you can work toward them. A seed doesn't announce, "I'm going to become a tree." It doesn't ask for attention. It doesn't need applause. It simply stays buried and keeps growing, quietly, patiently, day after day, until one day it breaks through the soil and eventually becomes something so big that nobody can ignore it. That's how real success often works. You don't need to announce every move. You don't need everyone to know what you're planning. You don't need applause before you've done the work. Sometimes you just need to stay quiet, stay focused, and keep going. So if there's something you truly want to achieve in your life, don't spend all your energy telling people about it. Protect your dream. Work on it quietly. Let your discipline speak. Let your consistency speak. Let your results speak. Because one day, our little seed has grown into a tree, you won't have to tell the world that you succeeded. The world will see it for itself. Be patient. Be grateful. Stay focused. And keep moving forward, quietly.